Yeah, but see, the easiest way of avoiding that is just not working. Yeah, I haven't actually used Windows 10 with anything other than USB headsets.
Fair enough.
So, not something I've experienced. But, yeah, fair enough. That is retarded.
Yes. Anyway, well, hello, gentlemen. Let's get started. Max
Yeah.
will not be joining us, which means I'll have to ask you to restrain yourselves to your best nature.
Well, I mean, Athens here as well, so the no fun zone is still enforced.
Yes. And it will remain enforced.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunate.
Now, I actually did have some fics pre-brought up.
Oh.
Yep. Because,
Oh no.
Yeah.
Don't like where this is going.
Oh no.
Yeah. Because, as it turns out, I was searching for Bloodborne fics.
Why do you torture yourself?
I found some okay ones. Found some meh ones. I found these.
Hmm.
And now you'll share them with us.
And now I'm sharing them with you.
Yep.
Yes, of course, caring is sharing.
Yeah, they.
Masochism, the podcast.
Exactly.
I mean, look, that's this whole fucking point here, is that we hate ourselves.
Is it not?
Yeah.
Is it not?
Yeah.
Oh, good
Sneaky's
lord.
like
I'm only in like
the
a few
lone sadist.
lines and I can see the problems with this fic.
I looked at a crossover, my guy, in isolation.
That too.
I'm not even looking at the stream yet, so...
Yeah, well, it's Bloodborne Shield Hero. Well, that should say enough.
Yeah. Also, the Kiki-Riki hammer.
The
Kirk,
what?
Kirk Hammer.
Yes.
The Kirky hammer.
I
Why
need you
did
to
you-
shut up.
Why did you call it that?
Because they misspelled
That's
it.
what it's written. That's what the author wrote it as.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kirky Hammer.
The author also doesn't believe in punctuation. Like,
Was that always for us?
usually, yes.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. But we're not gonna get to that one yet, just yet. We're gonna do this one first. A Ruby Bloodborne story.
Of
Of course.
after ascending into a great one, which is for some reason not important enough to be capitalized,
Again.
the hunter gets tired of his existence in the dream and ventures into a new world simply to have fun. However,
What good hunter are you playing, sir? Like, damn.
chaotic stupid, I believe.
Ah.
However, with time, he'll learn to care about the world and the new friends he makes along the way. And then he will get determined to save the world he at first just saw as a playground. I would also like to mention that's in one sentence. There is no punctuation in there as well.
Yeah, but just
Why,
like
of
this whole
course.
thing, like, just...
Don't
like,
you know?
generally
Punctuation is
speaking,
heresy.
the good hunter is not a piece of shit. Like, even when they're an invader.
They're
Well,
honorable, usually.
see, no, that's actually the thing, though, is by Bloodborne canon, you are the good hunter. Every other hunter has a nickname, like the kind hunter, the fair hunter, the cruel hunter,
Yes.
etc.
The racist
You
hunter.
are, as far as the game canon is concerned, the only good hunter. You being invaded by other players is still you being invaded by people that aren't the good hunter. And while, yes, you can have the good hunter go join Canehurst and start invading people and kill a bunch of other hunters, you still have multiple definitions of the word good to rely and fall back on to describe their behavior.
He's good at killing people, I guess.
Exactly. Either way, normally I wouldn't bother with a story of so few words. But there's just so much going on here. We got 2,000 word chapters, 8 reviews, 52 favorites, and took them a whopping 3 days to write this whole story out. Proud of them.
Good God. That's a lot of favorites, actually.
Yeah, it's a little bit too many.
Far too many.
Yeah. Also, the author name is B3YGGHASAS.
Yes, of course. Is that the name of like a Cthulhu mythos?
I believe it was
Character?
someone having a stroke on the keyboard.
Aren't those
It
the
might
same
just be
thing?
that their cat walked across it.
Well,
This
That's
seems like
giving
considering
them credit
this is
to
a
own
throwaway
a
account,
cat.
this has to
This
be
seems
a
like a lonely
Mm.
cat kind of person.
No, this is
Mm.
a totally throwaway account. Joined the 26th of January this year. Has only 2 favorited stories.
I mean, Sneaky, they could just be new.
My God, wait.
I refuse.
Oh no.
They could be someone that was just interested in reading some fan fiction. Now, look, I don't believe that any more than you do, but the option is technically there.
Sneaky, I would just like you to look at the title of the story I just linked.
Thing. What's this one?
Moose.
And when was it posted? 20th.
Yeah.
I see.
So it's probably not a reference, but it's still funny.
Can't imagine this is good. Right, well,
Well, no.
Alright, so their author's note. Welcome to my first crossover fanfic. I love how they say it's like, oh yeah, it's my first crossover fanfic, guys, and then you look at their profile and it's like it's their only fanfic. In this story, the hunter has defeated the moon presence and became God himself. Yet, after so much time sitting in the dream, he gets bored and uses his god powers to go to another dimension. This universe is Remnant. As we've already never seen the Hunter's god powers, I gave him omnipotence. I know that makes him fairly overpowered, but don't worry. I'll make him limit his powers deliberately so we can have a fun story.
Sneaky,
Yeah?
do try to remain sober enough to finish the stream.
I won't be drinking.
I don't believe you.
No, I'm not. I don't drink when I'm sick.
Well, I guess I'll be drinking for you then.
Yeah, you gotta drink twice for me.
Cheers.
Yeah. And this character will be supposedly limiting themselves so we can have a fun story, which is cringe. Good story, more chapters. Good story, more chapters. Both guest reviews. Interesting.
Me gustó el capítulo. That one big review though.
Your story has potential. Your summary caught my attention. I mean, literally, after reading the summary, I thought, oh no, not another traumatized character again, but now he's a great one. And so I read your story carefully to find a single word that make me. Interesting. Yeah, we've already covered Despair Remnants before.
Yeah, I just posted it because it was the big review. Call attention to it. Just read it. It's fucking funny, that big review.
Honestly, with all the Bloodborne fanfic I've read, I'm actually shocked that no one uses the rifle spear.
Why?
What do you mean, why? It's clearly the best weapon. Yeah, so anyway, we got Christopher Blade. Hello, Bergen-ass. How are you doing? I've read through the first chapter of your Ruby Bloodborne. It's over. I have to admit, there's a lot wrong with it. First, is the reason for loading Bloodborne and Ruby together. The main character is so bored they decide to just go to Remnant? That's very lazy. Additionally, it seems like you want to showcase god powers that are never illustrated in Bloodborne's story. Yet, they are limiting their powers on purpose? The only reason why I could see you doing this is to force Ruby character interactions. Yes, see explicitly why he's doing it. The second issue with your crossover is the ridiculous amount of first-person speech and internal thoughts. It's on a level that makes the main character feel less believable as their own person, and more of the story summarizing itself. You're making it sound like a self-insert. That'll eventually lead towards some fictional romance between you and a Ruby character. Unless that's what you're planning to do. Yet, I digress.
I do love how the author's just so on point. Thanks, author.
Yeah. For the rest of your crossover, I ask, what are you going to do? Are you just going to follow what everyone else does in the Ruby Bloodborne crosses? If you do use said cliches, don't expect anyone to be surprised. Also, don't apply them for the popularity either. I can see you've read Despair Remnants. Perhaps this inspired you to make this story. Yeah, Despair Remnants is pretty garbage.
Imagine that. Trash inspires more
This was
trash.
the guy that was like, I am not the guy who wrote Skyward Remnants. I'm his brother, Bloody Abyss. A Bloodborne Dark Souls Ruby crossover filled with all of his own OCs. And then he goes on to say, I've never played Dark Souls. But I did play Bloodborne, guys. And then he has this whole, like, fighting the readers author's note.
That just cringe as hell.
Yeah, where he's writing out a fight scene with the readers. Yeah.
That's very odd.
Would you say it's suspicious?
I would say it's stupid.
I would also say it's stupid.
Understandable.
Yeah. I can probably bump you up to this point now. Yeah. So, then we have our next review. You know, from an in-universe perspective, I have something to say. No such thing as gods, merely beings outside of our realm of understanding. A powerful entity can be considered a god, but is it really one at the end of the day? Supposedly, a god is immortal, an omnipotent being. And in a way that we see in Bloodborne, these all-powerful beings which can seemingly live forever inside of everything we know. Yet, do you know what happens to them? They all die. These gods are all-powerful, immoral, all-knowing entities with no equals besides each other, and we killed them all as a simple person. Because once you start to understand these gods and see around what was previously impossible, things start to change. Gods, that which were once seen as untouchable and omnipotent, can now bleed and be beaten. In the end, with enough knowledge and insight, a simple mortal can kill a god. Yeah, so I would more define a god as a being of faith more than anything else. You can certainly call other things gods, like, you can certainly say that the ant might worship the boot and call it a god because it can deliver death upon them.
Wait. The ant is a statist?
The ant is a statist. The ants are hyperstatists.
True.
I mean, ants
Goddamn communist.
Ants aren't even sentient, so they can't be statist.
My dude, they literally have an entire fucking authoritarian culture. What do you mean? Have you ever actually, like, learned about ants?
They aren't, like, thinking beings.
Do they
aren't
do they
reasoning
think?
beings.
No. Do they have a culture and hierarchy and a sort of political system? Yes, absolutely.
But it's meaningless because they can't think. Like, no ant chose that system. It's a set of hormonal impulses and survival instincts. People choose political systems.
Unfortunately.
That's interesting. Yeah. We should fix that.
I could also say at the same time that many people that choose communism are doing it from a strictly hormonal.
Sneaky.
Also true. Yeah, fucking. Was
They
it
are
Obama?
capable of deciding either way. An ant is not.
I don't know.
Was it literally Obama who said he read the Communist Manifesto to try to hook up with a girl in college?
Yes, he did. Yes.
Yeah. So,
Important USA.
Big think.
Big think indeed. All I'm saying is that ants are possibly smarter than some of the people I've met.
Absolutely. Probably even smarter than your family, to be honest, from what I've heard.
Possibly. Now, I will say though, in Bloodborne, the gods aren't really gods so much as they are just really big boots. To continue the ant boot metaphor. Because what are they gods of? Oh, Formless Odeon is the god of blood, except you actually also get Flora's blood and Ebriotis's blood and
a lot of other people's blood.
Kossa's blood,
I mean,
was on one point.
The game is called
several of
Bloodborne.
these gods
What do you expect?
are like sources of blood for the character in the story. And so you can't really say like, oh yeah, well that's Odion's thing. It's like, well, it looks like everyone but Odion is giving blood. And sure, you could say that, oh well, the Fumarians are Odion's people, and it's like, well, yeah, but that's mostly just headcanon, because they never really went into that. So, the so-called God of Blood, so far as we can tell, canonically never gives blood to anything.
Bro, cringe. Gotta go donate some blood.
So there's that.
How else are children with leukemia gonna survive?
Bing chilling.
True.
Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying. And what's Flora the god of? Oh, she's the god of the dream. Oh, you mean the layer of reality that every single great one can create and maintain? That that dream? Oh yeah, so the thing that all of them can do? Okay. What's
I guess you could say I'm a god of breathing then.
yeah, right. Kaz is the god of the sea, and that's why she favored fishermen. Oh yeah. That really explains Kaz's power. That whole thing where she gets beached like a whale and then gets beat to death.
Probably explains the smell as well.
I mean, yeah, okay, fair enough. Like, okay, well, it's the god of the sea. Why? She smells like a fucking baked clam. It's like, all right, fair enough.
Yeah.
But still, at the same time, it doesn't really show off any sea god powers, you know? Not exactly a big display of...
Maybe she attracts a lot of semen, Sneaky.
She did actually attract a lot of semen.
Exactly. See? It all makes sense.
Indeed. So there's very little in Bloodborne that actually directly goes to show any sort of godlike powers from them. Now, don't get me wrong. Fuck off levels of strong. Sure. Lore-wise, supposedly impossible to kill by the normal human. Sure. But nowhere in Bloodborne do we get to see any truly godlike powers, anything that's truly outside of the reach of mortals. Because everything that the gods can do and cast, ultimately you get some fucking scaled down version of it. And it's not even like you beat this boss, so you get the scaled down version of it. It's like, oh no, the fucking Call of Verbridiatus. Yeah, everyone just kind of uses that. Oh, what, the shoot meteors at people? Yeah, everyone uses that too. The shoot the stars at people? Yeah, everyone uses that too. That's just a common spell that everyone knows. Oh, what do the bosses? What do the god bosses do? Oh, they just do it bigger. Oh, okay. Well, not exactly unique now. Not exactly godlike. There's not much there to support the argument that Bloodborne gods are anything besides a creature that exists on a level that we can't really comprehend. Which is quite different from an actual god, like, say, Zeus or something, who's just like, I clap my hands and thunder rings out to mimic it, and then I shoot someone with a fucking lightning bolt because I can. And what? Can mortals shoot people with lightning bolts? No, they fucking can't. Lol, shoot
Can they ever get the power to do it? No, they can't.
Yeah. Just gonna fucking shoot everyone with lightning bolts and then rape some people because I'm Zeus.
And then I'm gonna turn into a deer and do it. And then I'm gonna turn into a cow and do it.
And a swan. Can't forget the swan.
And a swan.
Goddamn motherfucking swan.
My favorite part was the time he turned into animals and got rejected. Like, he expected people to... I don't know. He expected them all to be white women.
I'm not rejected for long.
Yeah, unfortunately, considering he was located in ancient Greece, and they hadn't invented sex with women yet, he had to do what he had to do. It's unfortunate.
Those were words.
They were words.
Yep.
But anyway, so yeah,
Sure
we're just
were.
gonna scroll through this. So yeah, immediately getting into the hunter's point of view, in which the entire thing is a fucking narrative, as the reviewer did point out. Yeah, and all it switches from like all this action to suddenly I'm just gonna narrate everything. Weird. Yeah, there's that.
Riveting.
That one's gonna cringe as well. Alright, so let's just get this train moving. Let's get it all done by 8 o'clock, and then we can move on to a separate section and different story. So we got Rising Shield Hero Bloodborne crossover. The Huntress of the Sword. When Elizabeth, ex-Huntress of Uranium, and currently trapped in a wheelchair within a dream, gets summoned alongside 3 boys to protect a new world, she eagerly accepts the chance of a new hunt. And so the hunt begins once more. From Software crossovers with Shield Hero, not only Bloodborne. Might add Neo references.
Unfortunate.
Pretty sure Neo isn't Software.
It is not.
It's not.
Yep.
In fact, it's not like there are some Souls-like elements to it, but it's not super Soulsy. It's fun, don't get me wrong, but it's not as Soulsy as people make it out to be.
Like the main combat is, but it does not do anything near as much as Souls.
Oh yeah, Arn. I guess I really outed myself on that one.
Mm.
A meme that Birdo
Yeah. Yeah.
didn't understand any of it.
I mean, yeah, it you know, you can equate that meme to going to page 2 of Google search. That's where the forbidden knowledge
where
is.
you get all the truths.
Yeah, exactly. It's either page 2 of Google search or page 1078 of Nhentai. Depending
Why
on your
would you
preference.
curse yourself by going to either of those places?
So you can learn how to build a pipe bomb.
Yep. Oh yeah, I found a recipe for building a hydrogen bomb the other day, by the way.
Do not?
Do it. Pussy.
Listen, my
Just
hope
might.
is that Arn will get himself arrested by whatever passes for a government in his land.
They don't exist in his land.
Yeah, true. It's just me and like 2 reindeer.
Yeah.
No, hang on a minute. I know there's at least 4 reindeer. I've seen the tax returns.
Isn't there a cat too?
Tax. Depends.
It was the forest cats.
And before you try to pretend like taxes aren't real, I know the wood elves take their cut.
50%.
It might not be on a piece
Yeah,
of paper,
you see,
but
yeah,
that's
but
still taxes.
look, the wood elves have yet to breach the self-replicating minefield. So,
You finally got that up and running, eh?
yeah,
No,
one
but
day they might.
real
until
talk,
then,
real
they will
quick.
never pay
Doesn't like
taxes.
Norwegian taxes come out to like 60% or 70% or something, like all said and done?
Nah, well,
I'm including the VAT tax on this when you go to buy something.
including the VAT and like everything. I think it's more like 50%. But yeah, like it's too much. Definitely, absolutely. I would say 1% is too much. Obviously,
Obviously.
as taxation is theft. But yeah, it's probably more than over there. Like all told. But honestly, the difference isn't that much, depending on your state. Obviously.
Yeah.
I would say probably most of Americans have about the same effective tax rate as we have.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't saying otherwise. I was just
Yeah, no.
But don't worry, we're gonna spend all that money on things
Paying.
that mysteriously make it go
Yeah.
missing.
It's kind of weird, huh? The fucking Pentagon moment.
Yeah, they're like, don't worry about it. Like, just
Yeah.
because our
Look,
politicians
I-
get mysteriously millions of dollars richer,
Yeah.
and we can't seem
Look,
to figure
Sneaky.
out where all that money's going.
I will say, like, I hate taxes in
Yeah.
any capacity, obviously,
Yeah.
but I do prefer the tax money going to useful things like healthcare
Oh
and
yeah, no,
society at large,
absolutely.
rather
I've,
Yeah,
than
like,
I've
into
said it
the
I'm
before.
not a
feds
fan of our like I wouldn't
selling
be a fan
guns
of that kind of
to
tax bracket, but at
cartels.
least he knows where it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not going
like,
to some fucking 70-year-old man
or
in the middle of
CIA
Idaho or Florida or
child
New
trafficking
York or
rings.
wherever buying cocaine and hookers.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't go to the finders.
Yeah, pretty much exactly that. It's like I would have less issues with taxes in America if my tax money actually went to things that were actually relevant,
Yeah,
but they don't. So
yeah,
And they never will either.
yeah, pretty much.
true. Return to the Wild West. You
Good
don't know what you're
Hunter, what
missing.
are you doing? Asked a moving doll to Huntress clad in basic hunter set, which covers her dark brown hair and face while she sits in a wheelchair while working on her weapon of choice, the Kirky hammer. Making it better. Only because I'm trapped in this wheelchair and dream does not mean I should let my weapon rust. The Kirk hammer can't rust.
I mean, it can.
It can, but it would take very,
Well,
very extreme conditions.
I mean, I don't think it can. Well, no. So hear me out here. I would say, pretty much no weapon in the hunter's arsenal is capable of rusting after it's been upgraded.
After it's upgraded, yes.
If
It
only
depends
because it's been
entirely of the material.
Well, yeah. Not only that, but it's also been replaced by blood, sort of question mark. I never really quite understood the whole like upgrade with
blood does
blood
kind of
thing.
contain iron and oxidizes, so if you want to stretch the definition, it could rust theoretically.
I know, but my point being is that it's somehow you're upgrading a steel weapon with blood somehow, and so it's just by doing this, it magically cuts things better. So I'm gonna go with the cosmically reinforced angle, and say that we don't got unless we got cosmically empowered rust. I don't think these blades are rusting.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Also, the
this
Kirk hammer is
curl-
half stone, and stone doesn't rust.
It
Yeah.
does erode, but it doesn't rust. Very true.
Which actually, if you think about it, the Kirk hammer is actually a terrible weapon because just using stone as a blunt object so many times to smash things would inevitably crack the stone that you formed the whole weapon around.
It ruins the entire internal structure.
Which is why you get so many Kirk hammers.
Or you could just use the what's the one that's got the folding that's got the sword in the sword in the great sword?
Bloodwood's and its Holy Blade.
Yeah, Ludwig's Holy Blade. Far
It's
superior.
silver and silver. The only thing it can't do is crush people. And even then, it can do
I mean,
decently
not with that
well
attitude.
with it.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Somehow you can upgrade silver weapons with blood.
So,
A
going by
vampire's
what
worst nightmare.
Stone Shard says, they're literally embedding in crystallized blood into these weapons, which is very interesting on how you take something into silver or literal rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think FromSoft would pass basic chemistry classes. But I mean, what do I know?
I mean, it is eldritch fuckery, ain't to a degree, so
Yeah.
they can ham wave a lot out of stuff, but it is just a weird thing.
True.
Good hunter, you must know you cannot help those that arrive here any way besides delivering advice. Right, I got the memo from the moon presence. Suddenly, light surrounds the huntress, and in blink of eye of the doll, the huntress is gone. Good hunter, where did you go? Says dumbstruck Joel. Yeah. It's
Okay,
just
that's kind of funny line,
yeah.
to be honest.
It's just a lot of this. No punctuation. A lot of copy paste of dialogue. The huntress got lots of witty lines. I am Elizabeth Moon, 20 years, and former cancer patient of London. Now a huntress of Uranium, in exchange for the healing of me. I am duty bound to
Oi,
kill
boy.
every and
You
any
got a
mad
license
beast
for
you
that
so
cancer?
see. You need to eliminate it, your majesty!
What is this accent?
knows?
I was just trying to get properly edgy for the author.
Oi, mate, you got a license for that cancer?
Yeah, she actually didn't have a license for the cancer, which is why she had to go through
Yeah.
that extreme homeopathic treatment.
Ah, yeah, fair enough. Okay, does he have a wheelchair license though? That's the other question.
No, she had to leave it behind.
Yeah. And the third question, does she have a license for that cutlery? The fork?
So yeah, English is apparently not their first language, so it's like, yeah, okay, eye roll, whatever. So I did leave a review, however, on this story.
Oh.
Oh,
English may
Oh,
not be
no.
your first language, but it's clear your capabilities at understanding punctuation and sentences transcend even languages. Just look, I don't expect spelling perfection. I don't expect tensing perfection. If you say English is not my first language, I expect, at best from you,
Oh.
really garbage Google Translate.
He's Portuguese.
Ah,
This
he's
is a
Portuguese.
Pedro man.
I see, this is a Pedro
Yeah.
moment.
Portuguese.
Portuguese.
Pedro moment.
But anyway, point being, so I expect really bad Google Translate from you. Which is to say, I expect your sentences to only make half as much sense, and then me having to use a thesaurus to go through and try and figure out what words Google auto-translated incorrectly into what you were trying to say. I can understand spelling mistakes. I can understand the misusage of the fucking prepositions and shit. All of that, totally understandable. What's not understandable is when you speak a romantic fucking language and somehow don't understand what the fuck a period is. Because again,
True.
this is another thing: is Russian and Arabic and Chinese, they all handle punctuation way differently than Romantic languages do.
Well, yes, they evolved separately. So
Yeah,
That's his point.
that's my point. What I'm saying is I can understand if that's your first language and you try and write English and you just forget to put periods everywhere because you're not used to writing English. It's like, all right, fine. But if you're used to writing bootleg Spanish, I'm pretty fucking sure bootleg Spanish knows what a period is.
Yeah. They would.
Like Spanish.
I mean, he's not wrong. Racist, perhaps? Yeah, just a bit. But wrong? Nope.
I mean, what are they gonna do about it? Build a favela at me?
You have activated the crime wave ability. It's like in Factorio when the biters expand. They build a favela next to you.
Same. This story can have serious potential. Jesus Christ, no it doesn't. Like, this is just a
Yeah,
fucking
no.
wreck. Like, not only does the punctuation suck, the characters, their dialogue is just horrible. And it's uninteresting. The first chapter is is what, 2,000 words, and it's like the Huntress goes gone. Canon happens, canon happens, canon happens. Ooh, edgy OC time. And that's it.
Elastic explosive.
What part of that was supposed to make me interested in this story?
A great mystery. We will never know.
Oh god. Honestly, the part where you stop getting sick is almost as bad as the part of getting sick, because then your body's like, alright, time to dump all the mucus.
Yeah.
And can confirm, currently sick. Ow.
Lol. Lamau.
Lol, even.
I just coughed and my fucking headache worse. God damn it.
Yes, welcome to my
I mean,
life.
wait. If you have a headache, what the
Dude.
fuck are you doing here?
Dude, I was like a small headache. I was literally fine for like 3 days. That whole the whole weekend I was fine. Monday I was fine, and then all of a sudden, all of my symptoms came back.
Yeah,
Fucking
that's called
balls,
a
you
sinus
idiot.
infection. I had one of those.
So, my dad, in his mercies, put a essential oil dispenser in my room. Right?
Uh-oh. Mustard gas dispenser.
Does he think the oils are going to fix the asthma?
Yes. Well, my stepmom does, because she believes in pseudoscience.
All right, look, hang on. I want to say something.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
I've met people who believe in essential oils. I had a grandmother who was a Christian Scientist,
Yeah.
which in that she refused to ever go see a doctor ever.
I mean,
They
same,
make more
but-
sense to me.
yeah.
They make more sense to me than like essential oil people, because at least the essential oil people are just like, no, I'm straight are like, yes, the mystical power of the oils will help me. At least the Christian Scientists are like, I'm waiting for God to heal me, and if he doesn't, then I'm supposed to die.
I mean,
Yeah.
hey, that's pretty based.
True.
But no, in all seriousness, it's like, yeah, some of these essential oils do help you breathe a little bit easier, because it like activates your fucking like little holes in your nose and shit, and it makes your fucking shit come out easier and whatever. It's like, okay, yeah, fine. It ain't gonna fucking cure me of anything. If we had the cure that easily in our hands this whole time, we would have known.
Yeah.
But so my point being, so he puts it in here, plugs it in, forgets to turn it on. So I've just been looking at this thing for a little bit now, and I'm finally like, wait a second. Aren't these things supposed to be like, you know, a little bit of a light show when it works? The answer is yeah. There is supposed to be a light show when it works. I just found the power button and turned it on.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well done.
Truly revolutionary.
Indeed. Anyway, so the final story, Amongst Us,
God fucking damn it.
a Ruby Bloodborne story.
Perfect.
He
I
was
already
trapped.
I
wish
wanted.
for-
The fuck is this picture? I mean,
I crave death.
you know, credit where it's due. At least it's original.
I would say it's pretty
Shut the fuck up immediately.
suspicious.
Shut the fuck up.
Quite peculiar, even
I want to fucking kill myself.
He's venting.
slightly mistake. Your nose are vented. God,
Why? Fucking
because you react. It's funny.
You must suffer.
I don't want to suffer.
Too
You're not
bad.
making me suffer.
No.
You act like you have a choice.
Indeed.
Why don't you just stop suffering, idiot?
He was trapped here against his own will, his freedom stripped when he had arrived. The city of blood menstruation has a mystery to solve, and he will be the one to do so, for that is the only way he knows he will be free. Will John Arc break the curse that was placed upon him?
No,
Or will he break
he
first?
will not, in fact.
Well,
Wait,
He
that's
is
interesting.
unfortunately forever cursed.
He will remain John Arc for eternity.
indeed.
I think this story actually changed. Wait, no, never mind.
This is a
Continue.
V2.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is
Okay.
a V2 story, so this account is now its own thing. I can write whatever I want now on here. Originally, this account was for my friend and I to work on fan fictions together, but now we got a new member, and now it's a try, and now things are complicated. We decided we should all just upload to our own stories whenever we do collabs. Anyways, this is my first ever fan fiction inspired by The Jagged Sword and The Day After the Hunt. I've read Jagged Sword and Day After the Hunt, and I can tell you right now they are both middlingly okay stories. Which are gonna probably, the author is gonna miss everything that made those stories even mildly interesting.
Like, about half the reviews are just sus.
Are half the reviews just,
Well, at least, you know, a decent amount is...
Among Us.
Mongoose! A mongoose.
Why?
Well, I mean, the title sort of started it. You might say it was suspicious.
Please don't write interludes. They're a waste of everyone's time, and they don't follow the character that everyone's here to read about. They contribute nothing to the plot. I get it, you're trying to do the show, not tell the story, but going off the rails to show us something is not the way to do that. You should be able to portray everything while following John and not deviating from him. And now, that's actually a good point. So there is time to do interludes, and there's times when you're not supposed to do interludes. If the story has a hint of mystery to it, say, you know, oh no, I got trapped in another reality and now have to fight gods and demons to get free. How will I ever do this? And the whole story hinges on us following this character as he desperately tries to fight his way free of this new reality of hell and torture. Well, it gets significantly less interesting and significantly less tense if the interlude is like, and back on his home planet, all of his friends were building a ritual to resummon him back to safety. It's like, oh, so no tension. There's no reason to be worried at all.
Amazing.
Yeah. Another thing is, Bloodborne is mainly focused on one character, and if you try and do like, oh, it's Bloodborne, but there's multiple people now running around doing things, it gets a little bit less interesting as well. Also,
a lot less interesting.
It also gets harder to portray because, like, you're only supposed to be able to, technically, lore-wise, the idea is that you kill all of these gods after gorging yourself on the blood echoes of all the beasts and infected and plagued in Uranium. And that by the time you're coming to go fight these gods, you're officially superhuman. Beyond the realms of beasts and hunters. Right? And yes, I'm aware of Blood Level 1, or whatever the fuck it's called, playthroughs of Bloodborne. Yeah.
The no dolls.
Yeah, like, look, there's soul level 1 runs of Dark Souls. That does not mean that they are what you are supposed to do.
You know what? I'll allow that one.
Yeah.
The bitchless run.
But yeah. Canonically, you're supposed to, be this souped up motherfucker, and if you have two people running around killing everything, you got two people that are half as strong as they should be by the time they get to certain things. And it's like, well.
I mean, I guess what you could do is have that one Oscar and the Chosen Undead storyline that got canned, where they like basically just take different paths and become polar opposites.
What?
I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just saying you could do it.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, man. I'm just trying to think of ways that this could work.
Sentences made up by the utterly deranged.
I don't think it would.
I'm
Someone
sorry, I've
fucking.
managed to scroll past your story a few times without acting on it, but now I can no longer restrain myself. Among Us, sus, imposter, sussy baka, sus Among Us, baka, sus, imposter, sus.
Based.
Excellent.
Interesting. I crave death.
Thank you, guest reviewer.
Very cool.
So it seems that everyone who was pretty much positive about this story has really turned around on chapter 11.
Or they're just posting sus.
Uh-huh. Eileen, for some reason, Eileen takes Violet with her to go confront. Violet is the fanon name for the girl that dies to the pig.
What? Why would you?
Yeah, apparently
That's
Eileen
stupid.
takes Violet to go confront Henrik.
Why?
First
What?
of all, that's completely different direction from where Eileen comes from.
And then John shows up. For some reason, this entire fucking thing is italicized. Jesus Christ. It's all italicized. The entire fucking thing.
Well, of
Jesus
course.
Christ, it's still italicized.
Yep. Still italicized.
Yeah,
It's
people
just
use
flashback.
people use italic to like denote like, oh, this is in the past or something.
We know why. That doesn't mean we like it.
Yeah,
I know. I'm just
it shouldn't be.
I understand why they're doing it. It's stupid, but I know why they're doing it.
Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, so, secretly, it appears that secretly the entire Ruby cast is gonna show up in Bloodborne. Having been there all along.
Of course.
Secretly.
They were always among
I
us.
can see why, people were,
Not happy.
yeah.
They were hiding among us.
Here's an interlude to show Ren being a dream-scented hunter. Yeah, oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, can we please die?
Yeah, I can see why people aren't that happy. This chapter is heavy with a lot of topics. I mean to introduce them all. I'm very impressed with myself. I never thought I would pull it off so well.
Methinks the authors little have inflated ego. That was words that I spoke.
So apparently all of Uranium is italicized.
Okay, why?
And when flashbacks occur, that's all bolded. And only Remnant talks in normal text.
That's
Bruh.
stupid.
That sounds stupid enough that Miyazaki would be like, haha, that'd be very funny. Yes, do it. And then
Stupid
people
enough
would
to
like,
be a Ruby story. So yeah, it makes sense.
yup.
Oh no. Oh no. The blood echoes talk to him?
Okay, but why though?
Also, apparently Violet died. And John ate her
Schizophrenia.
echoes.
Delicious.
Yeah, that would get a lot of people after you, because a lot of people really wanted the children to live. But no,
Yeah, it turns
Miyazaki said,
out that a lot of people don't like children dying.
Kinda weird, huh?
It's weird. Yeah, it's wild.
Kinda. Would you say it's
No.
suspicious?
No.
that was too far of
Yeah.
a reach.
Yeah, it was a bit
Yeah.
of a reach, yeah. And he's like, oh man, what if they don't make it out? And then Violet's like, are you gonna let them die too? And he looks up and sees the blood echoes of Gascoigne, Viola, and Henrik. He's like, that's impossible. They shouldn't be here. But how are they here? They feel real, but they're not. They're like echoes or something.
Anime girls be like.
You can save them. You have the power to do so. I know, damn it. Why do you not take action? My parents
Just
told
take
me
your
to not
meds.
do anything. I pushed them away for too long. Even at the cost of their lives, your resolve is weak. You don't have the will to act. You speak of trust, yet all we hear is guilt. Viola only gazes pitifully at him. Hey, who the fuck is Viola? Oh, I'm assuming that's the older sister.
Viola should be the wife of Gascoigne.
Oh, is that the wife? Okay. Wait, how the fuck does he have the...
Because her corpse is up in Gascoigne's boss arena. Gascoigne killed her.
Alright,
That's
And then you
so...
loot her corpse.
And then I guess we're just going with the theory that by killing Gascoigne, who killed her, he gets both of their blood echoes.
Most compassionate Bloodborne player be like. Loot the corpse.
Loot the corpse.
Off the way. Let's go.
You loot the corpse, and the result of that is either a little girl getting eaten by a pig or committing suicide.
Ah yes. The good end.
Surprisingly, yes.
Yeah, you know, Bloodborne.
Given what
mentioned
happens
that.
to Yarnum, yes, that is actually a good end.
Epic.
What the... So,
Fucking some Dark Souls stories,
apparently
everyone dying is
all
also a
of the
good end.
beasts, all of the hunters, everyone that John killed up to this point, that appears in front of him like a horde of Lord of the Ring ghosts. And they go, okay, well, if you won't save them, then we will. And they all charge out and disappear into a mist and start attacking the Grim.
See.
That's utterly dumb.
That
Wait.
is incredibly dumb.
Hang on, Sneaky. If there was a zombie movie set in Mexico, would it be called Horde of the Gringos?
No.
Of course it wouldn't.
Fair enough.
Because Gringo just means
Understandable.
non-Mexican.
Yeah. True.
Which, by the way, is hilarious. Because everyone's like, oh yeah, it's totally fine. It's like, it's incredibly racist. And you're just gonna sit there and be like, oh yeah, it's fine. Because you just don't know what it means. It's like how the Japanese call people gaijin. It's like, it's a very racially loaded term.
Yeah, but it's not in English,
But
so
it's
no one cares.
okay because you don't understand it.
True.
Look, you can swear at people all the time in Italian, they won't call that swearing. You can also swear at them in pretty much every language that isn't English, and they won't care.
Puta madre. Kurwa mak. Idi nahoj, suka bliet. And you know, the whole list.
I would say you'd have to be careful for Russian viewers, but I don't think anyone who's Russian.
Russian viewer, bro. I'm old. Maybe
Hey,
sexist
whoa,
if he
whoa,
hasn't
whoa,
killed
whoa! You
himself
think
yet.
Russians can afford the internet right now?
That's fair.
True.
Literally, I think it's like a quarter of Russia got its internet services cut off because an outside company was providing the internet services, and they're like, "Well, we can't do this anymore. Fuck you. Bye."
Oops.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, please don't.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of fuck you.
So, I will make a promise here and now. I will leave if it gets too horny.
Thank you.
Thank you
We're
very
gone.
much.
GG.
Isley.
Easy clap.
So we're going to be here for one story because
Yes. Probably. Considering that this author
So-
is a female, yes, this is probably about to be a horny story.
Yeah.
Loose
Look,
ends! A few years after the events of AWE, Elizabeth discovers she has unfinished business with the Brethren Court and with the infamous Pirate Lords. What does Jack Sparrow have up his sleeve this time? Sparrow times Elizabeth. This story will contain mature themes. Shockingly not a horny story, but don't worry, this next one is.
Well, then why would you read it?
A Captain's Love Part 3. This story is dedicated to Johnny Depp. The Black Pearl is his
Oh,
again,
no.
and the score with Hector Barbosa is settled, but Captain Jack Sparrow knows the dangerous bargain once struck with Davy Jones. The eerie captain of the Flying Dutchman hovers over his head like the sword of Damocles. This is a Captain Jack Sparrow times author OC.
Mhm.
Hate.
Narciska Barboshka.
this is enough hate that Scarbrand would tell you someone to chill.
Probably. Golden Age Pirate. A man from 21st century finds himself elected captain after accidentally leading a mutiny after a deal with a mysterious woman lands.
How do you accidentally lead a mutiny?
I've done it before.
True.
You accidentally lead a mutiny by going, we just want new tax laws, and then all of a sudden it turns into a war that involves every single country in Europe.
And then the nobles start getting their heads cut off.
And then there
We
is
don't talk
tea
about
in
that
the
part.
harbor.
Well, that happens before the nobles get their heads cut off.
Yeah, true. And then the world burns.
A mysterious woman landing him in the 1660s on an old sloop. Trapped in the past and able to live his dream of being a legend on the high seas, he will soon find heartbreak and disaster to prove that this is no mere dream and the consequences might be lethal if he fails.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Yeah,
turns out, guys,
turns
did you
out-
know that the consequences of being a failed pirate is death?
Turns out, actually being a pirate as well really fucking sucked. Like, really, really sucked.
Oh yeah, we glamorize it a lot, but yeah, the whole reason they were pirates is basically because they were kind of just abandoned there.
Yeah, also the fact that, life on the high seas, in the fucking 1700s was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I love me some hardtack with maggots. Delicious.
Worm bread.
I mean, if you're lucky, you get a worm in it.
It's extra protein.
See, that's why you
Exactly.
just boil it into a soup.
Yeah, if you have enough water for it.
Yeah.
And if the water doesn't have cholera.
That's why you boil the water.
Yeah, and what if the boiled water still has cholera? Because,
Well, that's just bad
you
RNG.
shit in it. True. Should have rolled better so you didn't get poisoned.
Could have
Idiot.
rolled better on your con score, yeah. We've read all these before.
Yeah, it turns out the Parts of the Caribbean section is kinda fucking dead.
Yeah, kind of fucking dead. Or maybe they just
Praise the
updated.
Lord. They died of scurvy.
Let's see. Oh, High School Musical.
No.
Oh, Thor! I'm
Let's-
sure there will be no mistranslations of Norwegian lore here.
I will actually commit a mass murder to the scale of
Man, I'm
10.8k authors.
10.k authors. Dude.
Well, 9.4k in English, but there's more.
Is there any in Norwegian?
Let's find out, I guess.
No.
Well, that's racist. Yeah, let's see for Avengers, I guess.
The walls between us, the borders between the realms are becoming less reliable, and Thor is trying to prevent
no.
any invasions from happening. Loki is in prison, and the
Oh.
Avengers have assembled. Unfortunately, familial conflicts and unknown realms cause trouble. This story is based on Thor and Loki.
There's a single Avengers story in Norwegian.
Interesting.
I am going to commit a hate crime.
Loki times OC. With my... Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, but why though?
An Echo in Time by female author number 29. Not once had self-insert OC ever seen this kind of devastation that Loki currently displayed. His eyes were blank, staring at the empty space in front of him. Not a hint of mischievous spark that normally shined in them. He just stared ahead, completely detached from his environment, as if he was broken. Retelling of all of the Marvel movies with my OC in them.
Okay, but why though?
This better be the most fantastic Universal rewrite ever.
One
It won't.
chapter, 1,000 words. After the events of the Infinity War, Loki returns to New Asgard to reunite with his brother. Thor's celebration to welcome him home is crashed by an uninvited guest, a Jotun girl claiming to be Loki's sister. A threat is forcing Asgard and Jotunheim to fight together, but first Loki must face his
Isn't
Jotun
Asgard dead?
heritage. Self-insert OC. Yes. Self-insert OC. One chapter, 800 words. Oh, hey, look, someone's butchering the Norwegian language.
Yeah, at least they're butchering. At least they're not butchering English.
To be fair, Norwegians
I
also
mean, they are-
butcher the Norwegian language.
No. The Swedes and Danes do.
Fair enough.
Did someone just put Todd Howard's face over Loki? Oh, no, they didn't.
Looks like it.
Looks like
Yeah.
Yeah.
That spelling of Asgard is wrong, by the way. They never used the wonky D. So, yep, butchered.
Galdir. What if Loki was able to warn his past self so he did not lose control during his regency and was able to act normal? What if he was able to remain calm and in control and in the situation? It would change everything, obviously. This fic is finished and chapters will be posted regularly. 73 chapters, 400k words, 1,000 favorites, which is not a lot. Imagine writing 6 books and only 1,000 people follow you. I can't imagine that, because Gray and I's story now is 4,000 people following us.
And you
God
haven't even
damn
read
it.
6 books yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
and Gray, we're
you know,
about to
it-
break the 1,000 like mark too.
I just haven't.
Oh.
Why are you
Suffering
upset,
from this
Gray?
is-
Think about how great we'll do with the Dota Fate shit posts at this rate.
I don't like being popular. That's
So
why.
stop writing, you idiot.
No, I write because I enjoy it. And I post because at this point it's an obligation.
Gray,
I mean,
that's
it's
what a
not really
fucking
an
pseudonym is
obligation.
for. No one
It is an
knows who you
obligation.
are. You're completely free. You have the best kind of fame. It's like being a VTuber, except nobody can recognize you by your voice.
True.
You're free, man. Completely free. Now ruthlessly exploited to make money.
True.
But also, I will say, a majority of the success of the story is I'm gonna unhumbly place at my feet from the sheer fact of all the editing I had to do.
Oh, absolutely.
The one time,
For once, Sneaky is in fact the editing lord.
The one time that Gray didn't just accept the edits as I did them, and he came back, he's like, "There's like 600 edits."
I come back from a trip where I basically don't look at anything except for Discord for basically 2 weeks or something. I come back to the document and go, Jesus Christ.
Like half the documents been marked
Yeah.
up.
What the fuck was I thinking?
There was like 8 pages of edits at least.
Wasn't
And it
there
was
one
probably
section? There was like one section that started at 3K, and after Sneaky it was like 10K.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't
That
worry
was this
about it.
chapter. That was not that chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That chapter was the prior chapter because Sneaky got a hold of the battle scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so much effort went into that, and no one gave a fuck.
Yeah.
So we are not doing that anymore. Rather, Sneaky isn't.
What are we not doing anymore?
Sneaky put a whole lot of effort into one of the things, and didn't really get appreciated in the ways that we would have liked. So it's never going to happen again.
Like, maybe I'll do it for Kel'Thuzad's big showdown.
What did you
Maybe
put so much effort into?
The battle with Malagos.
Yeah, was that
Plus with all the colored text.
Was that 2? Scytheria 2?
Ciatia 2, yes.
Yeah.
Sisitasia?
Yes.
Who the fuck knows?
Basically, I gave Kel'Thuzad.
No, I
some
saw all the
special
colored
glowy
text. I remember that.
Yeah.
The amount of effort that went into that was very high.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. It was interesting, but unfortunately for you, colored text is not the same as like actual effects.
Yeah, well, fuck you.
Yes.
It was bad. I just said it's unfortunately not the same.
Yeah, well, fuck you.
True.
Well, at least I have parents that love me.
Yeah, and? Like, just like so much shit going on here. Just like, people didn't fucking understand any of it. I hate it.
Yep.
I mean, come on. It's just reteaching you the lesson that we've learned our entire lives. Effort is pointless. Do just enough to skate by. Hard workers are only rewarded with no appreciation and more work.
I know.
Sounds about right.
Speaking of which, Gray, is the Gothic section done? As far as you can do it? I'll start working
Basically,
on
at this point,
Alright. I'll start working
I've done the conversations to
Is Taylor
what I
going to
can
Battle
hear.
Fleet Gothic?
No. Gothic.
Let's see.
Necromancer
Horny
man.
for Loki, horny 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 for Loki, a Native American girl from Montana. What the fuck? How the fuck? What the fuck?
What?
What?
What the hell? Entschuldigung, was?
And gets on a plane to go to Italy. This is the beginning of her journey to discover her own identity. Her fated mate, the goddess Aphrodite, and her other Olympian relatives. Native American girl from Montana. Her Olympian relatives.
No, I think they mean Olympian relatives. I think they're saying Aphrodite. I think they're going to be going after the entire like of Olympus, like Aphrodite's relatives. At least that's what I hope what they're saying.
Also,
Otherwise,
her
they don't.
fated mate, Aphrodite,
Mm,
female.
her goddess aunt, Aphrodite.
I mean, all right, hang on a minute. When it comes to a
Yeah, and
literal deity, as the
her.
Greeks have proved, those deities do who and what they
Yeah,
want.
no, the deities
Yeah,
did what they
correction
wanted.
here though.
Yeah.
Aphrodite, I don't think was ever described as a dick girl. So,
Well, I
Okay,
mean,
but this is the Greeks. Do you really think
yeah.
she couldn't be?
yes,
I mean, Echidna did
because
exist.
the Greeks would have said it.
All right, you know what?
True.
Unfortunately, I have to give you that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
But
Making
that
her
just means
male
no one
would
with that specific fetish wrote any of
change
her
things.
stories yet.
I'm sure
Yeah,
Rick
just wait until
Riordan
Japan
will
gets their
change
hands on
that
it.
in the future.
Either him or Japan, honestly.
Yeah.
My money's on Japan.
Yeah, I
Horny
hope
for
it's
Loki,
Japan.
horny for Loki, 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 horny for Loki. This one's literally a Loki love story. Horny for Loki, horny for
You want
Loki.
to commit mass murder? Like,
Murder isn't the answer, but boy, is it a tempting one.
You know what? Let's go with some
yeah.
bleach. That'll clear up our
You know,
agony.
that sounds like a great idea. I am going to go find some.
Oh, please do the world a favor and prevent yourself from procreating.
I had a retort, but
If it doesn't break TOS, say it. Otherwise, clamp it.
You can always just shout it in Norwegian and no one will be
Yeah.
able to understand.
True. Well, I mean, in terms of procreation, I think my odds are probably higher than yours, Atin. So,
Really? That's it? That was
yeah.
the big...
No, it wasn't the big retort, but
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I expect
I mean,
significantly
to be
better.
fair, At did
Yeah.
have some girls take pity on him after sleeping in his basement for a while.
Yeah, but
No, you're thinking of wildly unconnected circumstances.
You really are.
I assure you, nothing happened with those people because those people were insane.
I can also confirm this.
Oh, were you watching Atten's dick a lot?
No. I can just confirm that the people that enter Aten's house are
You
fucking
just had
insane.
the unfortunate suffering of visiting me at the same time those people were here.
Like every single person that goes to
visiting
Aten's
you
house
would be
is
unfortunate.
insanity.
Wait, including yourself?
Yes.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
definitely including him.
Yeah, understandable.
It takes an insane man to hug a bag of Doritos.
True.
Nope.
I mean,
not letting that go.
Look at the... Yeah.
Never.
Based... I mean,
He left.
we gotta be straight here. Like, Sneaky showed up at my house.
I did.
So...
Yeah, and...
If there was ever proof that insane people are the ones that come here...
Unfortunately, you did not run fast enough.
You
should have escaped while you could.
I mean, does it really count as escaping when I explicitly invited him to my domicile?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You know,
but
once gas prices go down to something that's not absolutely bullshit, we should all three of us should go out on a month-long trip west adventure.
No thanks. I have no desire for you to murder me in a car.
Well,
yeah, but
a trailer.
Or harvest my organs.
But
Atin,
I need inspiration. You need to feed my muse so I can write in a book and get it published.
Your liver will feed his muse excellently.
Yes, it'll go great with the wine.
And also his liver as well. I think he needs a replacement.
I want nothing to do with you writing a book unless it's us writing that stupid story we dreamed up, because I want part of that profit. We really should try to write that at some point.
Which stupid story? Because there's like 3 different types of stupid story.
No. We had an actual story idea worked up and then did nothing with it because we're lazy bastards.
Well, less lazy bastards, and you kind of just never wanted to be around me for long enough periods of time to actually write something.
I mean, we can always try again.
Always,
I've got
always good.
my
But,
self-loathing's
say,
pretty high these days.
I wanted to write this whole story. It takes place in the modern day, kind of whole like travel west adventure sort of thing. It starts off very nice and slice of lifey. We're going to national parks and shit. And then we start seeing weird supernatural stuff, but we don't really know what it is yet. And then shit just gets progressively weirder as the book goes on. And then we
Ah,
start
yes.
bullshitting
The
with
mystery flash pit.
Flesh Pit and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, of
And
course,
then
and half the fun is making it seem completely normal to the character. Like, oh, we were on our way to see, I don't know, uh, the world's biggest baseball, but it turned into the world's biggest corpse pile.
well,
Nothing
no,
wrong here.
because like I got this idea because when I was traveling west, like I would like make pit stops and stuff, and there would be just like in the middle of this cornfield, there would be a capacity 2 church, like a small little church the size of my car. You can only fit like 1 or 2 people in it without being cramped, and it's just out there in the middle of this cornfield. I'm like, oh, that's a bit weird.
What state were you in?
I don't know.
Because, like, some of those
Out
places
west.
are really crazy about their churches. Like, really fucking crazy. Like, listen, Illinois just has nice, normal, mega churches run by heretics who don't actually believe in God and are going to ruthlessly exploit you.
Very Illinoisian.
I mean, to be fair, it
Illinois.
started in Florida with Joel What's-His-Faggot.
You can't say banned words.
You're right. I'm going to ban
Rude.
myself.
Indeed.
Yeah, please do.
Although I don't think Twitch will mind too much if I'm slamming Joel Osteen for being a subhuman piece of filth.
Maybe. But
No.
either way,
I don't think anyone would blame me for calling him that.
point being is that I thought it was going to be a kind of a really like neat little idea where it's not like the classic YA garbage where it's like we were 2 kids and then suddenly we found magical powers and now we have to save the world. Where this is more like along the lines of like not quite midlife crisis of these 3 friends, but sort of midlife crisis as they're kind of just trying to leave their hometowns that they never really left. And like just see the country that they're in, and then it's like all fine and dandy, and then shit starts getting weird, and they start seeing things, and then shit
So sort of
starts getting
American
really weird.
Gods-esque, where you just happen to be in the right or wrong place at the right or wrong time, and you see something that you are decidedly not supposed to, and then because you saw the thing, you continue to see the things.
Yes, yeah, basically. We accidentally all gain insight, effectively, yeah.
Honestly, if you haven't read Neil Gaiman's American Gods, it's really an excellent. Don't bother with the stupid fucking TV show. Read the actual book. It's an excellent book.
Yeah, American Gods was actually surprisingly good. I unfortunately never got around to reading it all because I was actually reading it from my stepfather. I believe. I think it was my thing.
But yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised at how good a read that book was. Another excellent thing for you to put your eyeballs on is the Sandman series. That's a great series. You don't need to know anything about the DC universe. Just read Sandman. Excellent comic series.
Yeah, unfortunately, Neil Gaiman's kind of gone off the pier recently.
Yeah, but this is all old Neil Gaiman.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I've always been a large advocate of separating the art from the artist, because at some point the artist is going to do something that you don't like. Enjoy their stuff still, because the thing they made can be good.
Until they start injecting the stuff you don't like into it.
Right, but that's why I say you separate the art from the artist until such a thing is no longer possible. But do I think most of the pop songs out there are fucking garbage? Yes. But is Adele a good singer? Yes, actually.
I mean, honestly, going back, I re-listened to Timber recently, right? Pitbull, Keisha, Timber.
Oh yeah.
Not a bad song. It's just like, oh, like looking back on it, the reason why I hated this song is because everyone fucking played it 24/7.
Yeah, that is part of
Yeah.
the problem.
And it's like, like actually going back and listening to it, it's like, oh, yeah, it's got a nice beat. It's like, yeah, the whole fucking song's about, I'm gonna go have a wild party and then have sex one night, and it's gonna be sex I'm gonna remember even though I'm blisteringly drunk. It's like, yeah, okay, fair enough, fine. But the beat's really good.
I mean, listen, if paying attention to the lyrics meant was critical to someone's enjoyment of a song, literally no one would enjoy an anime opening ever.
I mean, that's fair.
What are you talking about? Berserk's opening is the best song in history. You put your glasses on.
I'm gonna ban you.
Understandable.
I'm gonna wait for you to come out here for the 40k GT, and I'm going to take your entire army and throw it in my fireplace.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
So anyway, Bleach.
I will burn thousands of dollars in front of you and laugh.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
After all, that way I attack his life points directly, Sneaky.
The dark side of the Black Moon. Ichigo confronts his greatest enemy, himself.
The dark side of the Black Moon.
So
What the
right,
fuck?
so Ichigo's sword and his sword blade power thing, where he shoots the arc of energy at people, it's all like moon fang and shit like that, like Dark Moon and shit.
Oh. And here I was hoping someone had already written an Elden Ring Bleach crossover. Sneaky's gonna go check to see if that exists now, isn't he?
Does not exist.
Mm.
We have
Alright, does Elden Ring have a
Egyptian
section yet?
mythology, Elfenlied, Aragon, 6 Evangelion crossovers, and
What?
9
Nine
Elder Scrolls crossovers. What the fuck?
I have many
Can I
questions.
just say I wish Eva would fucking die already? It's a fucking half decent show at best that's not nearly as clever as people think it is and is not actually a good mech show.
The Vampire Pet and Wendigo's Mate
Dude,
Bye.
Eva's done.
by Akutsuki
No, okay,
Dova Shadow Scale.
Wow, that is
Cease and desist.
plastic explosive.
Cease thy provocations.
Alduin the World Eater is reborn after his defeat in Sovergarud as human Femel. What will future hold for Dove in human flesh? Well, assumedly he's going to become a pet of a vampire and the mate of a Wendigo, which, that's,
I'm surprised that they're not the same thing in this particular weird fucking context.
it's a Bleach Elder Scrolls crossover. I'm not, how the fuck does this? The Hunting Dragon, Ichigo, was once a slave, but he was saved by a group of hunters who followed Hircine and his guidance. In the hands of the hunters, can he be raised to face the dangers that will no doubt be thrown at him and his pack? Bleach times Skyrim.
So Ichigo has no powers, and it's some kind of garbage AU. Good to know.
Yeah, some kind of garbage AU.
Now listen, Ichigo, like with his actual powers, would be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
In that it would be hilarious to watch him dunk a dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon
the
shows
fuck?
up. Dragon is removed.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Bleach
have a
Chaotic Skyrim. A three-way crossover between Bleach, Elder Scrolls, and Chaotic, with Bloody Roar, Thundercats, and Helsing elements included. This is my first original fiction. That's patently false. This is a
If it's
fanfic.
fan fiction, it's not original.
Yeah.
Sneaky, I have a strong desire to quote the Gravemind.
Oh?
I am a monument to all your sins. That's what this author is.
It's a monument to all of the sins of fan
Which,
fiction.
speaking of which, I am going to have Taylor say that at one point when someone finally asks what she is.
I mean, I hate you, but it's a great line.
I mean, look, Taylor's inner
here's the
world
thing.
is literally a
Just-
graveyard.
Yes, but here's the thing. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense for Taylor in this particular universe, because this particular universe has very little to do with shaping her into the monster that she is.
Okay, you know what? That's a fair point.
Like, listen, that would have been a great line for the end of Golden Morning.
You're right, that would have been a great line.
Like, literally someone asking, why are you doing this? What do you think you're doing? How did you get this power? Right? Any one of 1,000 lines to give her the follow-up, to give her the lead into.
Or, I mean, honestly, actually, because at the end of Golden Morning, Contessa actually asks Taylor, does she even know who she is anymore? And that would have been a perfect moment for Taylor to just be like, I'm a monument to all your sins.
Fucking slap Contessa in her stupid face.
Yeah, I'm
only
gonna
way that
dodge the
matters.
bug wall by path of victory by finding the gaps in the solid bug wall. Uh-huh.
And she's suddenly leaving gaps in her bug wall when she's never done it before because
Because Contessa has to
path
win.
of victory.
Yeah. Be as blunt but honest as you want on this story when you review it. Also, this story will span
God.
both Oblivion and Skyrim. So several hundred years?
That's
Look, people don't know any of the story of
ambitious.
Oblivion. They just know that it's better than Skyrim.
Fair.
They just know that I
They
almost
know
said
that
Neil
it's the
I almost
beginning
said
of.
Neil Patrick Harris was in it. No, Patrick Stewart. Although, listen, Neil Patrick Harris would have been a very different road, and I would be interested in seeing it.
Did I ever tell you guys that I autistically printed out a
Yes, we're aware.
a 36-page size map of the Oblivion Cyrodiil?
Yes, we're aware.
And then I autistically went one by one, clearing out every single location in the game.
That's impressive.
Honestly, it's a little more pathetic than anything else.
I mean,
Oh.
it was back
Oh,
in the days when like
no.
the only games I owned was Morrowind, Call of Duty 4, Oblivion, Halo 2. That's all I had.
Clearly you should have been leveling alts in RuneScape to make money.
No, bro,
I
you
didn't need
gotta
to
get
do
into that
that.
Halo 3 grind to become a fucking brigadier general.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't need to level alts in RuneScape to make money because I conned a guy who tried to kill me in real life into giving me RuneScape money. He gave me like 90 million.
Oh, there you go.
The worst part is that's probably at the time worth more than $100.
Oh, absolutely.
Given what you could do with that shit.
Oh, that was probably worth, I don't know,
I literally never ran out of money.
200?
Oh yeah, no, this was back in 2006. So yeah. What the fuck is this shit you have sent me?
Alright, well, I'm gonna go eat my food while it's warm. I'll be back in a minute. Not that we're really doing anything here, and it's... Why does it feel like 3 hours have passed, even though an hour and a half has passed?
Time dilation.
Time dilation.
Apparently, fucking Lee.
Yeah, specifically the last one I wanted you to look at, Sneaky.
Smarter and stronger Grimjow. Oh, out of character, hyper vampire Ukiora times Serana. M for gore, language, multiple harems, and romantic scenes. Chapter 1 has been rewritten. This story is not abandoned. Last published 2016.
Yeah. Copium. It's gotta be updated any day now, boys. Any day now.
Luna will go back up, guys, I swear.
Any day now. Doge will moon.
Dude, I am so glad I sold my Doge when I did, because it
Oh, I'm
immediately
so-
after I sold it, it fucking dumped again.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I lost $6,000, but
I made
But-
like $4,000 of my original.
I made like 50% on my $300, I think it was.
you know what I didn't lose? I didn't lose
Hmm.
$12,000.
True.
So, should there be multiple spin-offs of my bleached chaotic Skyrim, like Grimm show up in the Valley of Peace at the start of the movie with Poe and Jade
Are you fucking
heading to London
no.
and serving
no.
in Helsing?
No. No.
What?
I want to commit a murder. And God. Oh no. Vote no, boys. Everyone. Go and manipulate the vote. It must be no.
Honestly, if I know about what the fuck? Oh yeah, guys, don't worry. Holy shit. So this dude's got a copy pasta on his profile that only he has posted.
Interesting.
That's amazing.
And it's about preventing the US government from taking the wolves off of the endangered species list.
Yeah, kill wolves. We have actually, like, here in Norway had quote unquote massive controversy over if hunters can kill wolves or not in the last few years.
Oh yeah?
That's oddly fitting.
And what was the
Well, the conclusion, I have no fucking idea, dude. I don't pay attention to Norwegian politics outside the bare minimum. But yeah, the party that was very pro killing wolves and very pro farmer gained like twice the amount of votes in the last election compared to the one before. So I think people you know, said what they wanted to say.
interesting.
Yeah. Also, why the fuck are there 6 Bleach non-Hawk crossovers? And why is half of them in Spanish?
Because the Spanish like that, apparently.
Yeah,
Death.
don't question it.
I will.
Well,
Fuck
stop.
you.
So yeah, we got a
Black
Bleach
demon, white
Slender
devil.
crossover called Faceless. This is a repost of the original story hosted by Game On Green Laser.
Bro.
Don't flame me.
Actually, no, it did say
He
active
did say
flame me.
flame, yeah, he did say flame, my bad.
Yeah.
This guy is Canadian. Perish.
Hang on. I just read the game word in Spanish. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting. So we have Bleach Kantai collection called Bleached Ship. This is pretty cringe to start off with. Ichigo found herself.
Herself.
Okay. Waking up in the
Yeah.
naval district, but you spelled it the wrong naval.
In the stomach, of course.
In the
Stomach
stomach
area.
district, yep. And the only way back closed off. Now she is fighting another war, not her own, and she more than happy to save humanity when she learn of what has happened if she has giant guns on her back and an equally sized butcher knife. Wow, I see this author also does not believe in punctuation.
Yeah. Don't you know that's racist?
Her inner spirits. We found something in your inner world. What's new? Well, your boobs are bigger, but now we have 4 cannons strapped to you. Ichigo was like, yo, what up? I got 4 cannons. 4 double turret cannons. That's cringe. Weak ass shit. As expected of the Japanese.
True. Only 4 double. Bruh, come on, dude.
Yeah, 4 double barrels, yeah. Her
Bruh.
assets were now bigger than Orihime's. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Mm.
Oh, holy shit. This is,
Yeah. I didn't actually read this, I just posted because the premise seemed funny.
this is... Oh, now the author's trying to get into it. The shell can be fired 50,000 kilometers?
Hang on, what?
I am...
Yeah, carrying. Wait, hang on. 5 10mm / 45 caliber guns carrying AP and HL for over 50,000 kilometers.
Kilometers, yeah, my bad. Also,
Koi-
okay, fair enough.
kilometer.
So double barrel 510s, which
I
the
mean, yeah, that
Japanese
is
did
bigger
use.
than.
Yeah, the Japanese did use. Yeah,
Wait, did they? Hang on.
yeah, they used 20 inches. I think only like the Yamada was
Yeah.
ever placed with them.
Yamato and let me look. Nope, triple 46
Oh,
millimeters,
okay.
so 18 inches.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think they planned 20-inch guns. I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, the 46
Also, I'm sorry.
millimeters
Excuse me.
are the
What?
biggest guns.
The battleship's displacement is only 70k long tons
I mean, that's actually about the same as Yamato. That's
with
literally
4
Yamato.
510s on it.
I mean, the Yamato had 12 18 inches. So
Alright, fair enough.
yeah.
I mean, this has 8
So
510s on it.
yeah, but it wouldn't be that much of a difference.
I don't know. They were a lot fucking heavier. Oh, okay. So this is an actual ship. I see. Interesting.
Oh yeah, the yeah, I mean, makes sense. Super Yamato, true. Oh yeah, I searched Iowa guns looking for the USS Iowa's guns, but
Yeah.
I got a bunch of gun stores in Iowa. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, 16 inches. I mean, 9 16 inches. It's pretty good, pretty good. And also tomahawks. Take that, Yamato.
Call for the main battery of 6 45 caliber 50mm guns. Largest ever fitted to a capital ship.
Ah yes. quote, many 10-centimeter dual-purpose guns.
Many.
Many. Fair enough. Can you imagine, like, if they put the Sverre Gustav gun, the fucking 70-centimeter railway gun on a ship?
That would be pretty funny.
Yeah. Wait, no, hang on. It's 80 centimeters? Bruh.
Alright, what's the range of these Mark 8 Supers?
That is not 50,000 kilometers.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
I'm just curious here.
Around the world and a quarter. Let's go. Let's see. Okay, so the range
at
on the
39 kilometers.
Yeah, 24 miles.
So a bit more than 50. Yeah. 50K is a little bit more.
Yeah, if you meant 50 kilometers with 5 tenths, I guess that's theoretically possible.
Oh yeah, you're right. That is 50 kilometers. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
I mean,
that is...
if they're using the non-American comma as a decimal point, then it makes sense. 50.000 kilometers. We wouldn't write it that way. We just write 50 kilometers. But with the benefit of the doubt,
without the benefit
50
of the doubt,
clicks.
you can actually see right here.
Yeah.
They use the comp.
Yeah. Yeah, wait.
Oh yeah. Can travel a range of 23,000 kilometers?
Wait, hang on. How far could the Iowa go?
The Iowa?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can actually find the range of the ship itself. I mean, yeah, the Iowa.
20K nautical miles.
Yeah.
So
37,000 kilometers. So that's actually fine.
Yeah.
More than fine, in fact.
I mean, you also have to keep in mind that the Iowa was built.
Well, okay. So wait. So it was designed initially planned for 20,000 nautical miles, but ended up being just under 15K, which is still like 27,000 kilometers.
Yeah.
Although that's at 15 knots, so give or take.
The whole fast battleship.
Yeah. The plan.
Yeah. You see, unlike all the other countries, America actually got to implement its super battleship plan.
True. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but we're getting HMS Vanguard, the last British battleship in Asher Lane, on Thursday.
Yeah, and I'm disgusted.
Yeah, true. I think we should also just return to battleships, except instead of guns, they have big fuck-off missile launchers. So it's just like a mobile ICBM platform.
I mean, I think we should just make bigger guns. Or better guns. Or, rail guns. Let's go with rail guns. I think there should just be rail guns.
Wait, no, Sneaky. Nuclear rail guns.
Yeah,
see, what we should do is just begin the process for launching depleted uranium. Just an entire fucking building-sized depleted uranium shell at people.
Yeah, exactly.
No, make a proper uranium one so it actually fucking explodes with the force.
No, but see, we can use the depleted uranium that we've already used the uranium from. So it's cost effective, and it lets you know.
You should
know they can go
make the armor out of depleted uranium, and make the guns shoot normal uranium.
Question for anyone here who knows what that stuff does: is that a bad idea? I'm fairly certain that's a bad idea.
It's a bad idea.
Oh,
yeah, I am being retarded. Making your armor out of depleted uranium.
No, hold on now. If you actually, if you have specially depleted uranium, like not just used uranium, but like actually, depleted uranium, it is used.
Yeah, theoretically. Yeah. You can use it, especially as a composite. But the issue is it's just so fucking dense. The weight would make any ship using depleted uranium as an
Yeah,
actual
no,
armor
I
belt
thought you were talking about like the dangers
unfeasible.
of the radioactivity of it or something. Like,
I
no.
mean, that's another issue too, but like just density alone would mean you would have to compromise on the thickness to the point where it wouldn't really fucking matter.
Yeah, and it's one of the reasons why we use something like steel over something like titanium. It's because
Yeah.
steel is actually a very, very happy medium between tensile strength, mass, density, and all of those other fun buzzwords that you use to describe metals.
Yeah. Fucking imagine using 70,000 tons of titanium on a ship. Oof.
Well, you wouldn't be using
That's
70,000 tons. Titanium's fairly light.
yeah. True. But still, like, whatever equivalent, it would still be a way bigger amount of titanium than is reasonable.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, obviously, yeah. Well, not only that, on top of that, titanium actually makes for shit armor. Because,
Also true.
mass to mass, it works fine. But, it breaks easily.
Yep.
And, yeah, here we go. You depleted uranium as shielding.
Yeah. Wait. I think that's for yeah, that's for accelerators. Not as a armor, but radiation or well, particle accelerators.
Well, yeah, but it's still, usable.
I mean, yeah, it is. It's just not feasible
Yeah,
and generally a bad fucking idea. Now, using it as ammunition is a perfectly viable idea if you gotta penetrate things. But yeah.
That's
Fucking
cute
uranium
ablative armor
darts.
you have. Have you seen my
Yeah.
new firearm? The Ishpthix. It stands for it
APFSDS.
punches your dick in and then sets it on fire.
True.
Goodness me.
God.
America.
Fucking. Hang on. What's the ammo? Yeah, the M829. Armor-piercing fin stabilized discarding sable made out of depleted uranium.
And don't forget the incendiary part.
I mean, it doesn't incendiate. It just penetrates.
I know there's an incendiary version.
Is there?
Pretty sure.
Wait.
Oh, this doesn't kill my enemies. It just incinerates them. Isn't that the same as killing?
Yeah.
No, because it sets them on fire.
I mean, like, look. The effective difference between having a uranium dart and an incendiary uranium dart is basically none, because the spalling would kill the crew immediately anyway. So, like, okay, you're burning the already burning tank slightly more.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Great.
How imperial of you.
Yeah.
Bleach Contai Collection, bleached ship, capital letters this time.
Yeah, I just found it really funny they had the same title, but
Listen. My current facial reaction is quite literally the facial reaction of the superintendent.
This is by Cyrus Saint, the first true god.
yep. What a profile.
What a profile. This is cringe.
Hello, my name is Cyrus Saint, first and only true God, creator of time and space and everything as you know it.
I support the universe and keep it from collapsing. If I die, everything will collapse into another Big Bang. Please read through my journeys as I travel through dimensions and make new friends and family.
Holy fuck, these stories.
Cringe.
The
Void
only God.
Dragon! A
Worst
familiar of Zero Dragon Age crossover. This summary is too large, so look inside. Very big Mass Effect! I Halo.
I think I've seen this fuckers. Or at least that profile pic. Good lord, he's been around for a while.
Yeah, he has. A Remembrance Day to Mass Effect stories. 4 Legends! A Halo Ruby Cross, Volume 1 of Halo Ruby Cross. Transformers Ruby. Holy shit. Ugh. 4 Legends, Spark of Embers, Volume 2 Ruby sequel to 4 Legends. 1 chapter. The Only God, all capitalized. 1 chapter. Cyrus didn't know it yet, but he was a god. On hold.
Wait, a god on hold? Or
Worse
I mean,
than
come on,
Grim. Ichigo sent a new dimension has identity. Dead. Remake on hold. Oh, holy shit. Oh,
Yeah.
God. Gotta love him. Gotta love him.
Do you?
No.
Oh.
His favorite stories is also hilarious. Holy fuck. Black Joker.
Wait, this is just a copy-paste of the other story.
Is it?
Yeah. This is just straight up
Amazing.
a fucking copy-paste of the other guy's
Yeah, wait, hang on.
story. Yo,
It is-
wait.
Yeah, it is literally this. Wait, what? Huh. Oh, yeah, okay, so Captain Saint the First says, and I quote, I use it to own the profile Cyrus Saint the First to God, but so for some reason the Fanfic net is not logged in to it, so hence I have this account. So don't complain about copyright from that profile stories, example being Bleach Ship and so on that I used to own. My problems.
I usually forget to reread my work and make spelling mistakes and sentences that don't make sense. This is why you use fucking like shit like Grammarly. Some stories are made into prequels or what ifs that I like to explore of alternate universes of incomplete works. Too many ideas come to me, so I try to write them all. So sorry if anything ever seems repetitive. My motivation comes and goes. I'm just lazy. Real life is more important.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Planning 87 different stories is time consuming and I don't have a spark of motivation. Yeah, author, have you ever considered not planning 87 different stories or having like 29,000 things ongoing at the same time? Maybe your spark of motivation will be a little bit like more existent if you aren't trying to do 10 bajillion stories with divergent plots.
Oh no.
Maybe. Just
Oh,
maybe, author.
Oh no. This guy's stories.
Or worse.
Halo, Azure Lane, Fate Stay Night DxD,
Got a
Stay
new
Night
job.
Worm, Worm Can't Die, Can't Die My Hero, Worm Azure Lane, no. Crossover Stellaris, Warhammer Worm. I want
Lost
death.
my job. Got a new job. Lost my job.
Amazing.
Got a new job.
Hmm.
I'm considering committing suicide.
Based,
Interesting.
finally.
It looks
Do
like
it.
he's European.
No. Wait.
Because he's writing the date wrong.
You know what? Well, I mean, maybe not European, but definitely not the US.
I considered killing myself on the drive to work late last night. I could just let go and die. I considered doing it, and I'm still thinking about it. Blah blah blah. I have family and dogs. Blah blah people that care about me. What everyone needs to know is that this isn't me hanging up my writing cape, just needing to find a reason to live on and see my make-believe story complete. Hopefully I don't let myself become another forgotten tragedy. Honestly, author, I hope you do. Because clearly in the... I mean, are you still updating stories to this day? Yep, you are. So clearly in the 6 years you've been writing fan fiction, your grammar, your spelling, and generally everything about it has not improved. You have not improved one iota from the stories you originally published. I can almost say with a certainty, because let's see, let's go to Cyrus Saint First True God, and let's go to his original story. An absolute just garbage text. Yep, just garbage text, walls of text. Really not much to see here. Pretty garbage. Pretty garbage. You get the idea. His most updated story right here. Okay. He's actually improved. A little bit. Still not entirely, good on the spag. Or making me understand his fucking insane-ass ideas. Extremely lewd worm CYOA R-rated. Sex, sex, sex.
Wow. Truly amazing.
Dawn of Worm 40k gamer, Warhammer Worm crossover with gamer powers, main character OC self-insert. When Taylor was shoved into a locker, she would gain power to control insects. Instead, I, Cyrus Saint, have decided to give the girl the game of 40k in her mind. So once she was finished choosing her class, she popped out of the locker looking better, armed with fabulous
40K
silver
doesn't have
hair,
classes.
and gamed of 40k she will save world. Sister of Battle Skitter.
Someone's already written that, and they did it a whole lot better.
Initially, I heard shoved into that logger, and I had just had like the image of Taylor being shoved into a wood chipper, and I think that would just make Worm a whole lot better, to be honest.
It probably would, honestly.
And she becomes a part of the machine cult.
She gets fed to the wood chipper. You know, a lot of people
Exactly.
need to be fed to the wood chipper in Worm, actually.
Yeah. I think, like, honestly, the whole series is just like, unfortunate. Try again next time.
Anyway, Taylor is the Empress of humanity. What more is there to say? Warhammer times Worm.
Hang on, I'm gonna be right back. But I would recommend you look at his Worm Asher Lane crossover.
Yeah,
Or,
I see. Yeah.
Actually, wait. Keep it for until I'm back. Just give me like 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Blue Steel. Some stupid idiot thought it would be a great idea to send me to be reborn into My Hero Academia while giving me the quirk to become a humanized version of the Yamato-class super battleship.
You read this, Vic.
Yeah, we read this.
Good read.
I remember the name.
It is
Thank
now 9 o'clock.
Yeah, so like as I was saying, author, you while you have technically improved your spag since you did 4 years ago, the amount of improvement you've shown is actually less than a child. I've seen children learn how to write better than you faster. Sad considering that children are in the American education system. Also, your ideas are garbage. Your ideas are just straight shit garbage. They're not cool, they're not interesting, they're not even, good what ifs. It's all self-insert, OC, power fantasy horseshit. It isn't even a good power fantasy, because the self-insert OC part of it is you being the god of time and space. It's not even like, oh, well, I got into the My Hero Academia universe, and I got this super OP quirk, and I used my meta-knowledge to make changes that benefited me. I'm like, okay, well, as far as power fantasies go, alright, fair enough. But you're just like, no! No, I am a secretly OP god GG Nori. And I use my battleships to attack worms' life points directly. Isn't my story so interesting?
No, not really.
If I say no, will you go away?
Yeah, no, I don't think he will. Underplayed Creation says, but Sneaky, let's be fair here. Is it really his fault that he was rewarded by readers when he was garbage? And yes, it is. It's MHA fan. She, her. There's a connection here, possibly. Yeah, no. Is it their fault? Not entirely, but at the same time, yes. Because just because someone tells you something is good doesn't mean it's good. If people collectively deciding what's good made something good, 120 million people wouldn't have died to communism.
Oof. It's almost like Sneaky's right.
True.
That's why I hate it when people tell me my stories are good, because I know they're flawed. Obviously they're flawed. I'm not, I don't think I'm some sort of amazing writer. And if you tell me my story is good, I know you're bullshitting me unless you follow up with it's good, but you made these mistakes. It's like, okay, yeah, fair enough then. You're appreciating the current value of the story, but you recognize that I made mistakes. But a lot of people
I
are
will
just
say,
like, oh my
Sneaky,
god, story's so good, more please. And it's just like, that's fucking
they're
ridiculous.
good compared to all the other ones.
Oh yeah, obviously.
We see.
Yeah, no, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that. Comparatively, my story is good. Sure, yeah. But it's like, oh my god, story's so good, more please. Update chapter. It's just like, useful.
Chapter.
Chat more, please.
Do another shit, please.
But yeah.
Shit more on the
Boat
page.
family against worm. Cyrus Saint plucks an entire family's souls from near death and gives them boats to command and then kicks them into the worm universe with no F's given. But they end up in Newfoundland 2005 and are pressured to join the gangs or protectorate.
Oh, the horrors. Newfoundland.
Fuck is family against the galaxy. Oh, he's got 3 accounts.
I guess so, yeah.
Oh no, he's deleted it.
Unfortunate. Question mark. Wait, has? Yeah, I guess he has.
Man, he really likes doing this whole, like, seconds thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here you go. Family Against Galaxy under rewrite on SV. Of course, he goes to sufficient velocity.
Oh, of course.
That fucking dead ass was.
It is so dead.
Like, Gray just updated the story there, and not a single person commented on it.
Damn.
It is so dead. There is literally nothing alive on that website anymore.
Yeah.
Except for the really old shit.
Yeah, isn't SE like the most retarded comparatively?
Unfortunately, yeah, they went through some government changes, and
Hmm.
as we all know, government equals corruption.
True.
And so yeah, they recently became way worse.
True.
Technoblade is all right. Anyway, it's past 9 o'clock, which means I release you from your vows. It's time for us to
Praise
Inshallah.
Sigmar.
see you next time
Allah willing,
on
we are free.
Friday, because there's always more, and it always gets worse.